Hey guys, Prepper Nurse 1 here. I wanted to do a video. I'm just looking up at the sky. I'll show you the sky. Nice and clear blue today. Very comfortable in the 70s again today. Not a cloud in the sky, which is awesome. Okay, so I wanted to talk about a couple things. Well, actually, we're going to talk about basically focus on one thing. We're talking about like when you buy a house, and then we're going to talk about foreclosures. Okay, so who loses, who wins, and all this type of stuff. So now you go to buy your first house. Okay, you're all excited. You want to buy that house, and they talk about the closing cost. Now, I think the average closing costs are anywhere between $2,500 and $3,000 for all this, that, the other thing, and all that. But that's okay. You don't have to worry about that $3,000. So just put that into your mortgage, okay? So then you're paying whatever the interest rate is for your mortgage, and you know, but there's an expense to buy that house, okay? And then when you go to sell that house, if you decide to sell that house, you got to go through the whole thing all over again. Okay, there's a closing cost all over again. So the bank is winning when you buy it. The bank is winning when you sell it. Now, what happens if you get your house foreclosed on? Let's say you stop paying your payments and your house gets foreclosed on. Well, one of the things a lot of people forget about, there's a little thing called PMI that you pay every month with your mortgage until you have 80% of your mortgage paid off. Then you can get rid of the PMI after you have 80. Well, once you get 20% paid off. So once you have 20% equity in your home, you can stop PMI. Now, what is PMI? PMI is private mortgage insurance. Does that protect you? No, of course not. It doesn't protect you. You pay for it, but it protects the bank. So what does that mean? Basically, it means if you decide to stop paying your mortgage, the bank is going to get paid for whatever the balance was that you owed on the house anyway, regardless. That's what PMI is. And you pay for that. You are paying to protect the bank if you decide not to pay your mortgage. And the reason that they will let you take the PMI off after you have 20% equity in the house is because they figure once you own 20% of the house, you're probably not going to stop paying your mortgage. You would probably sell it because you'll make a little bit of money. Okay, so now, that being said, so what happens with the foreclosure? So you stop paying, you're in the house for however long you are, and once they eventually foreclose on you and they sell your house and they, you know, basically auction it off on the courthouse steps, okay? So now they're getting paid again. The bank is paid again, okay, for whatever the amount is that time. So when people say, well, the bank doesn't, does the bank go after you if you don't pay your mortgage and you get your house foreclosed on? No, because the bank's not getting paid just once; they're getting paid twice. So it's a win-win for the bank, no matter what you do. Okay. Now, how do I know all this? Because I had my house foreclosed on me, and I've been very honest about that in my videos. I've never hid anything that I've done or why I did it. Now, in my situation, my wife had left, and I could not afford. And actually, I had made the decision before she left to stop paying my mortgage because I couldn't afford it. I was at the time working 66 hours a week. I was completely burnt out. I couldn't keep pushing the way I was pushing. And so I made some tough decisions, and I decided not to pay my mortgage. I stopped paying my mortgage in October, and my ex-wife left in December of that year. And actually, biggest favor she ever did for me too, by the way. So back now looking in hindsight. Anyway, getting back to what we're talking about. So what happens is, you stay in a house for however long. They continue to pay, the bank will pay the taxes, because they know in the end they're going to win no matter what anyway, okay? So then when you get to the point where, they sell the house and then you have to leave, okay? The only thing, how does it affect you adversely? It goes on your credit report, okay? And see, this is the big boogeyman, the credit report. Oh, if you have bad credit, blah, 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 blah. But realistically, they're still going to give you a car loan. They're still going to give you, a loan on whatever. It's just going to be at a higher interest rate. That's pretty much it, okay? So, do I recommend not paying your mortgage? No, of course not. I mean, it's an individual choice. You have to do what's best for you. At the time, I made a hard decision because the money that I was paying out for my mortgage At that point, then went to go to my ex-wife.